Coming at you live from the Terradrome motorhome where the buns stun from these sons of Dennis.
What? She's got like half a cup of beans in a jar. What's that useful for?
Welcome back to Sons of Dennis.
Vegan cleaning.
Vegan
sustainable lifestyle ever. It's so expensive,
dude. So right now we've been sharing a video between ourselves about zero waste living, and how it's
horseshit.
How it's horseshit.
It's literal horse boners.
So if you really need to look it up, look up "Trash is for Tossers" on YouTube. You'll find Lauren, whatever her fucking name is. I can't look at her.
No,
she has dead eyes. That's
Don't
the
look
thing
her
that
up
gets me the
because
most. She just has dead shark eyes.
Don't look her up because then you're supporting her delusions.
That's fair. However, zero waste deodorant starts in the funniest fucking way. So zero waste living, if you don't know, is creating as little waste as possible. Duh. So zero waste deodorant is her just saying, like, put baking soda and some vinegar in a jar and slap that shit on your pits. Whammo! You don't stink so hard.
That don't smell good at all.
She's like, it took me 8 tries to get the right scent. And I'm like, you know what takes 1 try? Going to the fucking store and getting some fucking Old Spice.
It takes 1 fucking try. Just smear some goddamn peppermint oil on your armpits.
How many liberal arts schools do you think she completed 1 semester at?
Oh, all of them. Every single one. I know this woman. Her and her dead shark eyes.
How can we improve this?
I think we need to make the counter movement.
We have to eliminate it, and we have to create the most waste lifestyle.
Yeah, most waste lifestyle. It's like that scene in Futurama where Fry just keeps making like Oreo snacks.
Oreos, yeah.
Yeah.
and each part is individually packaged, and he has to buy a machine to put the pieces together.
So we need meat-based, non-vegan cleaning products to counteract her vegan cleaning products, which I'm still confused about. How do you have vegan cleaning products?
Listen, you know what? You know why you have these products, these cleaning products that harm animals? It's not the testing. No. They've never tested any products on animals. That's a lie. What happens is they take...
Every cleaning supply plant.
You forgot what you were trying to say.
Ben, I think I'm in over my head on this one. I gotta back
Jake,
out.
I think you're in over your head on this one. Back out.
Oh, Lordy.
Every cleaning supply company is next to an animal sanctuary, and whenever they have take your favorite animal to work day, all the animals accidentally fall into the vats of cleaning solution, and that's how we got medical testing.
It's an accident. That's how we have lipstick, kids.
There's one very handsome duck roaming the Northeast.
And he's a complete accident. Don't tell him, though, because he will kill himself. The chemical exposure made him very unstable.
Wildly unstable. Which actually brings me to a point I want to bring up later on. But, back to the, zero waste living. Like, I don't know, because, like, I agree with the message of it, but her execution of it is so poor and condescending to low trash producers such as myself.
Oh, I'm sorry, you said you agree with what she said?
I do agree. I agree that we should,
listen.
you know, cut down on the amount of trash we produce, but not
Listen.
fucking store all of our rotting food waste in the freezer. That's what psychopaths do.
This is what she's doing. First off, psychopaths keep meat from humans in the freezer. Second...
Okay, how many steps removed? No. How many steps removed is it from keeping, like, a bag of garbage in the freezer to keeping a human being in the freezer?
It depends what's in the bag of garbage.
Probably human parts!
If it's a potato, there's a lot in common between people and potatoes.
Exactly.
That's a different story, though. That's a different episode.
Watermelons?
Listen, boy. Anyway,
Listen, son.
Anthony just died. Anyway,
No,
I don't
couldn't
make
hear a word
enough.
you were saying.
I don't make enough fucking money to produce waste living a regular lifestyle. So if I was gonna spend the fucking money for a specialized metal bowl, I wouldn't have anything to put in it for like 3 weeks.
That's because people like me and you spend all of our money on beer, and then we recycle the cans, and then we paint the toilet because all we drink is beer.
Come here, let me show you a story. I spent.
Come here, let me hear you a touch.
I spent $15 on a 30-pack of Genesee, and you know what that does? That gets me back 5 cents a can. That's like $6 that I can spend on food for the week.
So not only are you making a profit on your, terrible drinking habits, and you're not making weight. Really, I guess everyone just needs to be an alcoholic.
No, you're wrong. I'm not even making remotely a profit. You mongoloid
You just
of
said you had
economics.
$6 more to put in the grocery.
That's awesome. -9 back.
Listen.
I'm gonna step in here with some math and say 15 minus 6 is 9.
Look,
Occasionally,
hold
I
on.
get told-
He's making.
I get-
He's not. Okay, so he loses the 15.
No, he
I
loses
lose
the
the
9.
15.
Ben, you better get out of this one. I think you're in over your head.
Listen, here's how it works, right? So I go into the store with $15 and I leave with crippling depression. But either way, if I keep the money or if I lose the money, I lose either way.
If I keep the money or if I lose the money, I lose the money.
I lose the money. One way is just, because I don't have it in my hands.
Okay,
and the
so
other is because Wegmans has it
but
in their registers.
But how does this combat no waste or zero waste living?
Well, you can't certainly fucking zero waste 15 cans of beer now, can you?
What was that whole sentence again? You can't certain zero waste 15 cans of beer. Why were you so aggressive with your gibberish?
Am I wrong?
Yes!
No, false.
You can't certain 15 cans of beer,
No,
can you?
Fellas, is it gay to have the uses of it?
Do any of you boys have and or will have a Marlboro Red cigarette?
Listen, this week is a dump. This week is dump. Oh, Christ.
But Anthony, you were saying
But
something?
either way,
Oh, I was just gonna step in and say that I enjoy producing as much trash as possible because why not ruin the earth? Everybody's always talking about how great the earth is, and let me tell you something. Do earthquakes kill people? Yes, that comes from the earth. Do tornadoes kill people? Yes, that comes from the earth. Same thing with hurricanes, same things with monsoons, same things with the fucking ozone layer and solar radiation. The earth is trying to kill you.
That's what
You
I'm
gotta
saying.
fight back.
We gotta
You
throw
know,
shit
something
into it
else-
so at least it looks rad as hell when it comes to kill us. Like, fuck, throw your propane tanks out in the front yard. When the tornado comes, boom, that's a fucking flaming tornado. Fuck yeah.
And to be honest, in 2,000 years, when the next civilizations find the wreckage of our awesome civilization, all that trash will be like, this is pretty cool. I can make a hat out of this.
Look at
it's gonna
this.
be like Waterworld, but with less water.
We can tell exactly where all of them died.
Because they
We
tweeted
can
it
tell
out.
exactly where and why all of it.
Their
because
last
there's
act
so
was
much
to put a tweet on
trash.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, really, if we go zero waste, then we're leaving nothing behind for other people to come, or other races to come and be like, oh, this is exactly how and when they died.
I'm
See,
gonna be
that's
real serious for
ultimately-
a second, is that the way we know so much about Roman trade routes and Greek trade routes and the spread of their influence is because we found the trash of all the amphorae, which is what they shipped everything in, because they kept detailed records on the size of the amphorae, and they were just like clay pots that they put in wine and vinegar and shit.
Yeah, then
So
fuck,
trash
one
is
would...
actually an essential part of archaeology and being able to tell when and where a civilization was and what their influence was.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Archaeology,
take this a
historical
step
sociology,
I'm taking this a step further. Trash is necessary for a civilization to grow. Because if you're not producing trash, you're not producing anything
That's a
to
good
be
point.
turned into trash.
That's profound.
Hey,
You know, honestly, I thought you were gonna say some really dumb shit. Like some dumb shit was gonna come out your mouth, but then that came out.
And then you even surprised me with some even dumber shit.
I got more surprised by how dumb the shit was.
I was knocked back on
No,
my
but
chair.
I think you're making a good point. For civilization to advance, it needs to become a producing based civilization.
Well, think
And
about it this way.
congratulations, we are now
What do
all
you
first
know-
semester philosophy majors.
Woof.
Listen.
Oh, shit.
What else do you know that takes in more than it puts out? Fucking trees. What do trees do? Sit around and do goddamn nothing all day like useless pieces of garbage.
Like dead-eyed
And you know what we
fucking
need
Tish
more of?
dropouts.
We need more garbage, so we need to burn trees, obviously.
Yeah.
Have you seen that documentary
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings where they burned all those trees?
I mean, until the trees get mad and fucking fight us, I think we've successfully proven that we can take a tree. As humanity, we can take a tree.
At least one.
At least one.
Not too tall, not like the California redwood.
No, that's a problem.
Those are weeds. We need to kill them.
All
then
plants
once
are
again-
weeds, and we need to get rid of them.
We
Once
need to
again,
send
man
all
in the
weeds
US
over the
government-
space wall to
No,
space
man, in the
Mexico.
U.S. government thought ahead, and back in Vietnam, we created napalm and Agent Orange, so we can take those trees any day of the week.
Boom. There we go.
I still think we should deport all the trees to space Mexico.
It works. Look, I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but we can build a space wall with all those trees.
That's what I'm saying. We cut down all the trees, we build a big old space wall with all the trees, and then we send the trees that we didn't use to build the space wall to space Mexico. I mean, we're gonna have to make space Mexico.
I mean, first we're gonna have to get all the trash up and make space Mexico.
Who better to do that than the United States?
How are we? What a trash person.
Who? Me?
I'm
Yeah,
no,
I
I'm
know.
still mad at this fucking girl, this fucking lady.
Okay, hold on. I want to bring up my topic because before I
Yeah, go
forget
for it.
it's still. I am more heated the more I think about it. What the fuck is with the fucking actors they get to play like suspects on Law and Order SVU? They are such caricatures of what you would expect a person to be like, but then you see like actual court footage and you're like, Jesus, there's people who are really like that in the world.
Yeah, I mean, when you gotta base someone off of like, oh, there goes the semen bandit again.
No, the episode we just watched is some girl was, just like every other episode, somebody was raped and murdered, right?
Yeah, just
So-
like every other time
No.
that happens in
And
that
then
show.
one of the suspects was some kid who's like he's like a pedophile or something, or a stalker of the girl. But he's like got a girlfriend and stuff. It's so many different conflicting storylines for one boy. You don't expect a stalker who like emails people on the internet about what they're wearing to have a girlfriend, right? Or to be like a normal child.
I think you trust
But-
people way too much.
No, I think Law and Order is trying to tell me something about myself. I don't know what. I don't want to know what,
Jake, I know
but
what.
it's in there. Is
Jake,
it that
have
I'm
you spent
retarded?
time-
Jake, are you
Spend
emailing?
time at Kevin Spacey's masterclass. You have to tell us if you have.
We're cops.
I wish. I can't afford it.
Well, there are other ways to pay.
I-
Especially if you're young.
Listen, not for Kevin Spacey, not for me. There's not. I'm
Jake,
20 years old. I
Jake.
cannot fit that bill.
Jake, have you or ever will you know Ice-T?
I wish 10 times over.
Ooh, that's bad news for the SVU.
See, the thing about Ice-T is that he wrote the song Cop Killer and then played a cop for 20 years on TV.
Yeah.
So I sense a lot of conflict in
How can he keep getting away with it? Be honest with me. Nobody knows.
Nah, guys, that was Icy T. I'm Ice-T.
No, now I'm Iced T. I'm
No,
Isel T.
Technically, that is his band's body count. That the band released a song was Body Count, his metal band. So you can say, no, that was Body Count. That wasn't me.
That's fair.
He's Isel T.
This is my new album. It's called Truck Attacks. It's about what you gotta do in the desert.
It's called Truck Attacks, featuring tracks from Allah. Oh, Christ. Oh.
Well, luckily this brings me close to my topic, which
What's
is
that? Truck Attacks?
Dude, ISIS-style truck attacks?
I could make a hard left turn, but no.
I think you mean hard right.
I think you mean hard let go of the steering wheel and press the gas.
No, I'm making a hard right turn because how do you make current Southern rock more racist?
Ooh.
I mean, besides the obvious of just adding in fucking derogatory terms.
Is it a problem that it isn't racist enough? Is that something we need to worry about?
I mean, just to get back to Southern rock's roots. Now, I will go on record saying I'm not a fan of Southern rock. But I find it entertaining that racists have their own genre of music. And I feel bad that the Dixie Chicks and the Drive-By Truckers took it away from them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm okay with it.
No, that is fair. The Dixie Chicks did make racism in Southern rock look a bad thing.
Yeah, and then the Drive-By Truckers keep releasing concept albums about, like, modern-day politics, and maybe we shouldn't all hate each other. Which is all fine and good, but, like...
But where's the good old-fashioned racism?
Yeah, dude, you gotta give those rednecks an outlet, or else they'll try, like, making their own TV network.
Well, and a comedian brought up a point once that it was like, yeah, okay, hate Nickelback, but they make bros happy. Do you really want to piss those people off? Do we really want to take that away from Southern racists? We're not gonna change them. They're Southern racists.
And then we know what concerts not to go to. It's like, alright, don't go to that concert because it's a bunch of Southern rock racists.
Yeah. It's like, oh, there goes Mud Pig going to play Apple Tree Hanging Farm.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I had a couple ideas. Hood's on stage. Burning Cross Pyrotechnic Light Show.
So,
More anti-Jewish guitar solos by riffing on Richard Wagner themes from his operas during guitar solos.
Whoa. More
band names with Y's in them, so like Confederate Flag as a band name.
Confederate Flag?
Yeah, it'd be CONFYDYRTYFLYGG.
Yeah, I'd definitely never go see that band, because I know exactly which kind of person would go to that.
Exactly.
The venue would be outdoors. The way in would be surrounded by a chain link fence.
No, not a chain link fence. Just those like waist high barriers.
Oh,
those waist high metal barriers.
Ones. Yeah, I know.
Look, it would be
and the guards at the gate. The guards at the gate pat down the crotch, but not in a professional way. In a very
the guards at the gate
sexual
do
way.
not have black shirts on. All they have is an overalls and nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be honest. It's gonna be a Nightmare Pit of Despair, Meth, and Natty Light. But that's a Nightmare Pit of Despair and Natty Light that you never have to go to. Like the Gathering of the Juggalos. All those Juggalos hide in their little weird place in Illinois and just do coke and drink Faygo and then, like, have weird clown sex. And, like, we don't have to think about it.
Yeah,
you know what?
Nowhere.
And that's kind of perfect. Like, we don't have to deal with that on a day-to-day basis, and that's pretty great.
Never mind then. I was going to say something, but now that I know that I don't have to think about it all the time, I'm okay with not saying anything about it. You know?
Right?
You don't have to think. If there's one thing I want to reiterate to the American public, you don't have to always think about juggalos.
You don't.
And that's okay. You know, you don't have to look too deep into it.
Yeah.
That's just okay.
You just see a juggalo, you move on. Repress those memories. Lord knows I do.
Really?
Christ.
Dig them deep down.
Like, just bury them. I'm repressing this conversation as we're having it.
Wow, we go.
I'm okay with that.
In fact.
I don't know any words I've said for the past 15 years.
That's... I had something to say, but I can't remember what it was, and now I'm sad.
Are we having a conversation right now?
Yeah.
Have we ever had a conversation?
Can your fingers actually ever touch, man?
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Hold the effing phone.
Hold your goddamn cock. I just gotta test this out.
Skirt your
All right,
goddamn loins.
We're good. I can touch my fingers. Woo.
No, you can't.
You shut the fuck up.
Technically, only the air particles are touching. Because of the magnetic forces.
Want you to die immediately.
That's just science. Look, you can kill me or you
Listen.
can kill Neil deGrasse Tyson. I recommend him.
Listen.
Not me, not because I hate him. He's fine.
The internet tells me that Neil deGrasse Tyson is a liberal trying to convert good Christian boys over to the dark side.
That sounds like something liberals would do.
I've been doing it.
See?
Oh Christ, that's right. Ben's a vegan now.
Yeah.
You're a vegan now?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he likes the taste of
I have
penis.
so many more issues with that. That's information that I wish I didn't know because, like, the best part about...
Okay, so here's the thing that I find interesting. I didn't even bring it up, but Jake brings it up, and now it's a problem. I didn't even do the stereotypical fucking, oh, I'm a vegan now, Tony, you meat-eating piece of shit. No. That was just me sitting there doing fuck all nothing, and then Jake brings it up, and I get in trouble.
Yeah, because you're the big gay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A, yes, he's right. And B,
you mom gay.
right.
Dad lesbian. Oh, you have been vanquished.
See, the thing is, in order to establish your dominance over a planet, like humans have, you have to be willing to eat anything else on there, just in case it becomes a threat down the line. You can be like, dude, I've eaten 12 of you.
I mean, that's
Like,
fair,
can
but
you
I
imagine-
don't think we're at that point anymore.
Imagine if the moon was actually made of cheese, like in that one Wallace and Gromit movie, and you could say, as a man who's visited the moon, like in the future, go to different civilizations and somebody's like, oh, I've counted the bounties of men twice as valuable as you, and you're like, yeah, well, I ate cheese from the moon.
You could just say you ate the moon at that point.
Just be like, yeah, well, I ate half the moon, and then they go, fuck.
Yeah, dude, you'd pass that alien lie detector test, and, like, boom, you're in.
Shit.
Yeah, Ben, this is what you have to think about.
Well, you know, I didn't think about that. But I've already made my choice, so now I'm fucked when aliens come.
So you should go eat some of the moon.
I don't think I've been doing a very good job. I've definitely had, like, a lot of milk since I've become vegan. And I'm doing very bad at it.
So you're like a special needs vegan.
Oh, I'm a special Negan.
Special needs vegan.
I
Oh,
only
you're
eat
just
food that's been
you're
thrown
just
out
special.
at the Special Olympics.
Oh, that hit me that did me a good turn.
You know? It's just, these are the things you need to think about in life. And I will tell you this. By becoming a vegan, you're more like that Shark Eyes woman than anybody else in this conversation.
No, don't compare me with her. My
I mean,
eyes
she is a
still
vegan.
my eyes still are full of life and happiness.
Have you
Tina
read any
just
books
looked
on
at me as soon
socialism
as I
lately?
said that.
I mean, you know that I've read books on socialism. We've talked about socialism.
Ben, let's be real. Socialism is
Is it-
flawed at the very base concept and values.
Jake, why do you
Like-
hate learning?
The thing is, that's how they get you.
Listen, Ben, listen. You've benefited from capitalism your entire life.
Yeah. I'm not saying that I want to stop
Now you
anytime
You made
soon.
Anthony angry. You made Anthony angry. You left.
Apologize to him. He left.
Apologize to Anthony right now. You made him you made him angry by being so left leaning. You fucking fascist. He's waiting for his apology.
You know, I'm just saying, when that Southern Rock Revolution comes, it'll be like he had some good ideas, even though I didn't see him at any of the rallies. I'm like, that's right.
You know what? That's right. You're welcome. Free publicity.
You're welcome. Ass.
Oh, Christ. Ugh.
All right. Well, I did have one more topic I wanted to talk about,
Uh-huh.
and it's why this is a rare occurrence. It's why we can't improve something, and that is the James Bond Pierce Brosnan movie Tomorrow Never Dies.
You're 100% right.
Yeah. Now, the opening is James Bond killing enough terrorists to convince me that he could have stopped 9/11 by himself.
I think that's been established already.
Yeah.
I think that was a deleted scene of Casino Royale.
It definitely was.
No, but he failed. That's why 9/11 happened.
It's like that Spider-Man preview that they had to get rid of. They cut out the scene where he stopped a helicopter between the two towers, because I saw that in the movie theaters. Like, that looked sick, and then 9/11 happened, and suddenly that disappeared.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
Let me just give you guys some
I remember
highlights
what
from
I
this
was
movie.
going to say. The movie Snatch is a masterpiece.
We'll
movie's
get to
incredible.
that. Because, we know.
All right, but so this movie has everything. There's a stealth boat. All right, great. Jonathan Pryce is the villain, and his plan, and I quote, is to start World War III between the British and the Chinese in order to secure exclusive broadcasting rights in China for the next 100 years.
He's got the long con planned out.
He's got the universe in his tuna purse.
He's making money for his kids and his kids' kids.
And the scene directly following him explaining that is James Bond using his skills at finger blasting to control a tiny remote for his car in front of Q, and Q being like, "Grow up, Mr. Bond." Because Q tries to use it with his big dumb hands, and he can't do it. And then James Bond rolls in, and he's just like two fingered up, like, yeah. And then he, like, the whole scene, you're just like, is he? What is going
Is
on
he fucking
here?
finger blasting that?
And he does. And then later on in the movie, he does it again from the back seat, and he's just like, "Oh, doing it from the back seat." He says a comment like that, and you're like, "All right, you know that's a car, right?" But there are other highlights. The main villain employs a Nazi,
Uh-huh.
like an old school Nazi, like a Nazi who's just like, "I've been
The
torturing
Germans.
and shooting people for 50 years," and you're like, "Oh, so you're a Nazi." And James Bond forces the dude to shoot himself in the head. And it's like, it just keeps going. It's the greatest hits of James Bond. Halfway through, Jonathan Pryce finds out that James Bond is cucking, and he's like, "I know you cucking. I know you fucking my wife," and just kills his wife. And then James Bond just immediately gets another hot, like, Chinese agent to be his arm candy for the rest of the movie. And, like, maybe 30 seconds is devoted to him being like, "I'm sorry you got killed, lady."
Sorry, lady.
Sorry, but obviously you were not hot enough.
He does a halo jump, which is awesome. It's high altitude, low opening, so you wear the crazy suit. But he's jumping into Vietnam covered in U.S. Army shit, because James Bond goes to his U.S. Army buddy, who's on a crazy military base, casually wearing a Hawaiian shirt, a Panama hat, and talking about state secrets. And be like, "Oh, we can jump you in there." And then they realize after he jumps out, it's like, "Oh shit, he's jumping into Vietnam covered in U.S. Army gear." Which brings me to my third point. We could have improved the Vietnam War if we had employed James Bond, because he would have won.
Yeah, I mean, given just given the first scene where he kills, I'm gonna say, all of the Viet Cong worth of terrorists.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at least the heads.
yeah.
Ho Chi Minh would have lasted 30 seconds with James Bond. He would have, like, shot him with a weird pen grenade. Like, and then he'd be like, "Well, that left quite a trail." Ba bing, ba boom, Agent Orange, the movie's over. But the end of the movie, Jonathan Pryce gets killed by a super drill. And really, can you ask anything more out of a James Bond film
No,
than for
not
there
really.
to be a super drill and for it to kill somebody?
I mean, that hits all the requisites of a super drill. Be and kill.
Yeah. I didn't mention that James Bond sleeps with like 8 women along the way, but that's a James Bond film.
I mean,
So
yeah.
I really don't
It's expected.
think you can improve it, but I can heartily recommend it. Because I went into it being like, I remember this being a shitty James Bond film, and I can talk about the ways to improve it. But really, it was a fun time.
Yeah.
And that like might be that
Yeah.
like it's kind of a wet fart of an end of that conversation, but like I'm just telling people watch it. It's not as bad as you remember.
I mean, no, really it isn't. And it's a wildly fun movie as is.
Yeah. Maybe Pierce Brosnan was the best James Bond.
Just
That's
like-
a lie.
Just like Snatch,
Exactly.
which, by the way, has what has become my favorite monologue directed at other characters out of any movie, and that is the Desert Eagle
Eagle,
.50
I knew
monologue.
And if you look at the side of your guns, they say replica.
While mine, on the other hand, has Desert Eagle .50 written down the side. And that should precipitate you and your balls into shrinking immediately. Honestly, quality.
Oh, dude, Boris the Blade's whole character arc is the best.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying! He's got the best
think-
character arc!
Vinnie Jones as Bullet Tooth Tony, I honestly saw Clive Owens, if Clive Owens played a crazier person in all of his roles as an action hero, and also Jason Statham as an almost entirely powerless individual was hilarious.
But that's his power in this movie. He's the smartest guy in the room.
Without even being that smart.
Yeah, with just, like, not being a complete fucking idiot.
And the end was, without spoiling anything, but also spoiling everything.
Well, here's the thing.
Woo.
Everyone's seen Snatch, but you, so you can go ahead.
Oh my god, that actually made me... I just love the fucking... Like, when it's... Because it... You know how it, like, repeats itself at the end when Bricktop walks out to the car?
Yeah.
He, like, knocks on the window, or is like, calls the cell phone of the guy waiting outside the Pikey camp, and then hears a gunshot, and you see his face, and then he gets shot, right?
Yeah.
But then you see it again from the Pikey's perspective, and Bricktop's like, shoot him up. And then the Pikey's just like, oh, I don't think he can hear you. You're going to have to speak up a bit. And shoots the dude on the ground.
Yep.
Oh, that was just golden. Holy shit.
Oh, that...
Dennis
entire
Farina as Cousin Ravi is the unsung hero.
Oh
of that
my
movie, though.
god, it's so good. Shut up, you fat Jewish fuck.
Shut up, you fat bald fuck. Ooh.
Oh man, and like Dennis Farina gone
Guillermo
before his time.
Oh,
Guillermo
yeah.
del Toro's extremely short role.
Oh yeah, dude, him getting knocked out in the back of the van while he's changing is an incredible scene.
Oh, yeah, and then dying.
And then getting shot by Boris. Oh, Christ.
That's the thing, Boris's whole character arc is just so great.
Yeah, dude, he was the one who got first fucked over, and he just wanted his money and his guns.
Yeah. And then he just
Whoa.
won't die.
Yeah, it's impossible to kill him.
7 rounds from a Desert Eagle is what it took to kill Boris.
Yeah.
God.
Now, did you know that Vinnie Jones in real life is like the most hardcore soccer player ever, and like used to beat the shit out of people on the soccer field?
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
he used to
surprised.
be.
He
He used to be a
looks
fucking hooligan.
like- He looks like he has the forehead of a man who could kill somebody else with his forehead.
Yeah, he was like the most feared defender in all of England for like 20 years.
And then he
Now he's
just
an
decided,
actor.
like, acting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, basically. It was, I think it was because he was in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, which is like the the movie that Guy Ritchie made before he made Snatch.
Yeah.
It has all of the cast in it.
Yeah,
And that's when he was playing on Wimbledon.
Yeah, Jake, have you
Probably.
seen Lock, Stock?
No.
You gotta watch Lock, Stock. If you like Snatch, you're gonna fucking love Lock, Stock.
Yeah, it's just like a more like gritty version of Snatch by the same director with almost the entirely same cast.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed that it had pretty much the same cast.
I like
It
how
works.
Guy Ritchie's early career was just taking quasi-criminals and turning them into actors.
Or in the case of Jason Statham, an Olympic medalist.
Olympic
Imagine.
medalist turn watch thief.
Also a watch thief.
Yeah. Peddling secondhand watches on the side because he couldn't afford to keep doing Olympic swimming. Jason Statham, Olympic-class swimmer. Diving? Yeah.
Diving.
Well, either way, Olympic-class athlete.
You call it diving, I call it falling with style.
I call it pussy
R.I.P.
diving.
He's still alive.
Jason Statham, head first into the
His career,
wet.
though.
Oof. Please never say that again. What? Wait. Apparently, Jason Statham and Vinnie Jones were friends as children and grew up together.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
What?
You think those two guys with the biggest fucking foreheads in the world didn't know each other? There's probably a club
No, you're
just
right, you're
for
right.
them.
Oh my
You're
god,
right.
and one's really tall and one's really short. They can master blaster around and just beat the shit out of kids.
Wow.
What's that? That's Titanium Titan Forehead Crew.
That sounds like the next anime on my list.
Apricot Forehead Fighting Force.
Hold on. There's actually a website for that. Is that what it is? That's just MAL. Oh, it's just MAL. MyAnimeList.net. Wow,
What
this
is
is
this?
mega
Watching
gay.
Polar Bear? Are you just watching Polar Bear Club?
No, I'm gonna watch the Titanium Thunder Force Forehead Club, starring animated Vinnie Jones and Jason Statham.
And actual live action Jason
And-
Statham.
Actual, sorry, animated Vinnie Jones and actual live action Jason Statham.
And you guys are like
He
skipping over who's
translates
clearly their leader.
incredibly well.
Triple H is clearly their leader.
Oh my
He
god.
has 12 foreheads.
That dude is only foreheads.
His foreheads run down his back.
And then, like, Cesaro is B-Team Jason Statham. Like, the kind of cuter younger brother of Jason Statham, I would say.
Slightly less aggressive forehead action.
Oh, he's still got an aggressive forehead, but he's like the slightly peppier version of Jason Statham.
Jason Statham with a smile.
Yeah.
Christ.
Man, did Shawn Michaels ever find a smile?
Ooh. I mean, yeah. It's called Painkillers.
Oh,
Gone.
he's clean now.
Now,
Like,
he wasn't when he was looking for his fucking smile.
no, that's very
Woof.
true. He was on a
Oof.
lot of drugs.
He was on
Very.
so many drugs. The Heartbreak
Very-
Kid, more like the Heartache Kid, because fuck, I can't believe his blood kept pumping.
Teabag in Chinatown, just ugh.
Very oof.
Oh, so that brings me to another topic of crazy shit. This one's more literal crazy shit. So as both of you know, and to some of our listeners who are unaware, I am bipolar, which means I need to take antipsychotic medication to keep me sane in my day-to-day life. It turns out I have terribly vivid auditory hallucinations now whenever I go to bed.
Christ.
For example, and it's not the sort of thing that upsets me anymore because they're fucking hilarious. Because today I was sitting down for a nap and I heard, Tina, you're the best looking girl in this place. Good God, those bangs!
Are you sure you're not just overtired?
I could be. I haven't slept well in days, but that's what I heard, and there's no one else in this house.
Jesus Christ. That's actually horrifying.
So I don't know if that's
Actually-
improving mental illness, but I'm having a wonderful time with it.
but I'm having a grand time.
And that brings me to Tony's Science Corner of the week. I've been placing speakers into the houses of my friends, and at the point in time, been playing weird audio clips I found on YouTube. Completely unrelated.
Intermixed with very racist Southern rock.
Only the finest racist Southern rock for my friends. You ever hear Freebird 80 times in a row? You
I
ever want to
wish.
hear Freebird 80 times in a row again?
You want to hear Freebird 81 times in a row?
Do you want to hear Freebird 81 times in a row again?
Yes. Meaty.
Oh.
Oh,
Anybody
All
else?
right.
Anybody else got any other topics for today?
no, I'm pooped.
Because I think that's a good place to end this episode.
Same. I can't make loud noises though.
Why is Tina asleep?
Yes, and she's nowhere at her dorm, so there's children everywhere.
Tina!
Ah, joke's on you, idiot. I have headphones
They're
in.
foster kids.
Oh, god damn it, she still heard
Foster kids.
you. Don't steal them, Anthony.
Anthony can smell a foster kid
That's illegal.
from 8 nautical miles away.
You know how sharks can smell blood from a mile away in the water? Well, distance isn't relevant to Anthony when his foster children existent.
Turns out Anthony can smell kids better on land than in water.
And turns out if they're foster children, he can smell them from hundreds of miles away.
Literally thousands of nautical miles away.
Little
I have a
known
chart.
fact,
I have a couple of charts.
5 million nautical miles fit into one regular mile.
It doesn't help that
But
several black market
only
men.
for white people.
It doesn't help that several black market men keep calling Anthony with offers for more foster kids and exact
got
locations.
And on next week's episode, we have a
Black market
Oh, fuck, what's the
representative.
what's the name of the fucking show that they did with alcoholics where they call everybody in and you sit down?
Oh,
and
intervention?
scream. Yeah, we have an intervention for Anthony with his foster child addiction,
But it's only his foster kids that show up.
but it's only foster children in a room locked with Anthony. They're stuck in there with him. He's not stuck in there with them.
I'll tell you exactly what you're gonna find: an empty chair and a whole lot of bodies.
Oh, Christ!
Anthony's Kool-Aid party goes south again.
I will record it. though, for Southern Rock Album.
Jonestown.
Hey, welcome to Anthony's Kool-Aid party. Drink it. Drink it.
Drink it. Drink it. Ignore the rat poison box.
Ignore the bleach that I'm pouring into your cup.
Ignore the bleach that's colored with food dye.
Don't ignore the armed guards.
Do
Kool-Aid.
not ignore the armed guards.
Please thank the armed guards before you die.
Or else you won't go to heaven.
Gratuities accepted.
Tip on the way out.
They don't pass around the basket, they just set it by the door. You're supposed to walk over and put your money in it, then find your final resting place.
AKA the white Nikes in a plastic bag.
Nice. Very quality. Very fresh.
Alright. Tony, you want to hit us with a sign off?
Thank you for listening to the Sons of Dennis podcast, where we definitely are cool, and
We don't
please
appreciate
don't
highly
report- please don't
racist Southern
report us.
racist
do not report us to the police for any, especially British police. I know they're cracking down on that stuff right now. Like,
Like super
Just-
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
if
don't
you
have
wanna-
our racism license, so we cannot exist in Britain.
we definitely cannot exist in Britain. If you wanna, send us tweets, it's at Sons of Dennis. We'll get you there. I believe it's at Sons of Dennis on Instagram. Probably there's an email address that Ben knows.
Oh yeah. Please
sonsofdennis@gmail.com.
email comments and concerns and terrible things and just rude comments to sonsofdennis@gmail.com.
And also comment on the YouTube videos and like and subscribe. And make us an iTunes. Make your own version of iTunes and then list us in it.
Make
And I'm
your
sure it'll
own
work out.
podcast, but just pirate our podcast and put it up on iTunes.
Please profit off us so we can sue you.
Jake, you're not supposed to tell him our end game.
Oh, shit.
Jake, you better back out of this one. You revealed too much.
Fuck.
He revealed so much
It's
that he
okay,
quit.
back.
Pull it
All
back.
right.
We're good. All right. Thank you all for listening and have a good night.
Yes. Woof.